My name is Mark Yole. I'm the CEO of Language Disorder Australia, based in Brisbane in Australia. We operate a range of different services to support children and young people with language disorder. We operate the Mansell College, which is Australia's only school for students with language-based disabilities and communication needs. We provide allied health direct services through our Bright Door Clinic network, and we provide support to students in mainstream schools across Queensland in Australia to help them to be successful and achieve extraordinary outcomes within their mainstream schools. And so we pull together those services along with training to really make a difference and help the young people that we work with to achieve their best possible outcomes in life. So we're currently doing a total rebuild of the Mansell College campus to provide contemporary educational facilities for the children and young people that we work with. So we're expanding our campus to enable us to support more students. We currently have students from 5 years old to 18 years old on the same campus, around 140 at the moment. And the campus is being developed to be able to meet the needs of around 300 students ultimately. However, the expansion is not really the key priority. The most important thing about our new facilities is that they provide the space for our students and young people to really be able to learn and to get the very best education possible, in the same way that we would expect that to be true of every student in Australia, young person in Australia. They have the same rights for a quality education, and so our job is to find ways to provide spaces to learn that enable that to occur and to help to minimise the challenges that the young people are facing. So we're committed to, first of all, to identifying what excellence in education looks like and building spaces that help to deliver on excellent education. So we've been looking particularly at flexibility of the way in which we create spaces to enable young people to move around easily, whether they've got physical needs or to have the space as well to be able to learn actively and to not just always be relying on traditional methods, perhaps of reading, writing, but to be able to actually do things hands-on in classrooms. We've worked really hard looking at things like the acoustics of the rooms to make sure that they support the needs of some of our students who have particularly high levels of sensory need and may find it difficult if noise levels are really difficult in the rooms and that impedes their learning. We've thought really carefully about the colours and tones of the rooms and the way that we've furnished and the way that we've the materials that we've used so that they don't overstimulate, but equally are not dull and boring. But so we want children to feel excited and that it's a place of energy and creativity to learn in, and that they can do amazing things there. But at the same time, we don't want them to be distracted from the core focus of what they're doing. And so that's really important for us as we're designing. Obviously, things like access are important. And children knowing being able to be independent and to find their way around through good signage and signposting. And we've used colour schemes to identify the doors, for example, that all classroom doors are one colour, toilet doors are another colour, staff areas are a different colour, so that the students can quickly, easily, without having to read signage, be able to identify different spaces and begin to sort of get a feel for the flow of the building. And what we're doing is trying to create spaces that have specialist purpose. So we create support rooms for children to work in small groups with therapists or with class assistants. We are creating large spaces for collaborative learning and specialist subject spaces for things such as technology, hospitality teaching, sport, arts, music, etc., and connecting those in a way that young people can move around safely around the campus independently to use those facilities in their learning and feel comfortable, even if they're 5 years old, up to 18-year-olds, and that's one of our biggest challenges. And we've also been really passionate about the importance of play in our school as well, and the importance of play in learning. And so we've built an enormous outside adventure playground, which is a really big facility, not just for recreational play, but also for social development and for learning to challenge them, be able to challenge themselves and do things and push their comfort zones. And we are looking at the moment at construction of a Lego lab in the school, and integration of some virtual reality systems to support learning in that way using technology as well. So we're really looking to learn from the very best advances in technology and practices in education across the spectrum, not just focused upon the special educational and the disability space, but then we're looking at it through a lens of the needs of our young people to make sure that they're not disadvantaged. And we have this mantra that we use all the time, is that our young people and children have way more in common with their neurotypical peers than difference. And we want to capitalise on that commonality and help them to be the unique and wonderful young people that they are, and to achieve the best educational outcomes that they can, we know, with the right support and educational provision. And our buildings are integral to doing that. But the opportunity to design spaces and create environments for people to learn is a privilege in any space, but it's an enormous opportunity for us to enhance the lives and achievements of people with disabilities and high levels of need. It's something we need to commit to at a society level, to the importance of that. Sometimes it does cost more, but the output and the value of that is well worth it, because it enhances people's lives and enables them to belong and to connect to their communities and make meaningful contributions. So we should never underestimate the importance of spaces and the way in which we design to enable and improve the lives of people with high levels of need or disabilities.